Howdy peeps, it's your friendly opining porcupine, and today we're doing a viewer requested review of Good Omens. Shout out to Dragon Girl 20170, Gay Agenda, and Lucifer the Fallen. Just a heads up, this review may contain some mild spoilers, nothing too bad. So Good Omens is a short series on Amazon Video. They released it May 31st of this year, I believe. So there's 6 episodes in the series, each about 1 hour long. It's based on the book by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. It was written by Gaiman, and Douglas McKinnon directed it. Michael Sheen, David Tennant, and Adria Arjona fill out the cast. I'm not that familiar with Michael Sheen. I believe he was in The Flying Scotsman, or I'm not very familiar with Adria Arjona. I am a huge fan of David Tennant. He played Purple Man / Kilgrave in Jessica Jones Season 1. Tennant did an amazing job playing Kilgrave in Jessica Jones and really brought out that character. He did an awesome job playing Crowley in Good Omens. Michael Sheen plays Aziraphale, the angel. He does a pretty good job. Adria Arjona plays Anathema, the witch-like character. And there's also a little cameo by our boy Nick Offerman. So the series follows the 2 main protagonists, Angel or Aziraphale, and the demon-like character Crowley. You see him at the very beginning of time, where Crowley gives the forbidden fruit to Eve. And throughout time, Crowley and Aziraphale become best friends. They are continually helping each other out, saving each one's butt. Crowley saves Aziraphale from some Nazis in one scene that was pretty interesting. However, there's this pesky Armageddon thing coming up, which Crowley and Aziraphale want to stop. They have grown to love life on Earth and all of its simple pleasures, food, and entertainment. However, Crowley must deliver the Antichrist to a covenant of satanic nuns. And there's a 3-card Monty scene where the children get mixed up. So one is named Adam, another is named Warlock. I'm not sure if the writers were kind of playing around the Adam Warlock Marvel character. So Adam goes to a middle-class family, and Warlock goes to a family of diplomats that are working for the United States president. It's assumed that this is going to be the Antichrist. It's kind of in the prophecy that the Antichrist is going to be grown up from a political family. Aziraphale and Crowley decide to mentor the child Warlock in order to see if they can prevent Armageddon in some way. But on his 14th birthday, Warlock is supposed to get a hellhound. It doesn't show up, so then they realize they have the wrong child, that this is not the Antichrist. So now Aziraphale and Crowley are trying to locate the real Antichrist, along with a witch named Anathema. Now, Anathema has this book, or prediction book, The Nice and Accurate Prophecies of Agnes Nutter. So they are quickly running out of time to find the Antichrist and somehow prevent Armageddon, possibly by even killing the Antichrist. Adam gets his dog and names it the Hellhound, and meets with Anathema. However, Anathema does not recognize him as the Antichrist. Anathema is super woke and gives Adam a bunch of magazines about progressive ideas. And while Adam's dreaming, he does some quote-unquote good things for the world, like getting rid of nuclear energy and revealing Atlantis. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse show up. They are not riding horses. They're some sort of biker gang now. And they're going to a military installation to find Adam or the Antichrist to embark on Armageddon. When they meet Adam, he and his friends actually kill 3 of the horsemen of the apocalypse. Death goes back to tell Beelzebub that Adam is not cooperating, and Beelzebub pops up furious at Adam, and Adam says, "You're not my real dad," and apparently that kills Beelzebub and stops Armageddon. At the end of the season, there are a lot of hints dropped of what could come, but it looks like this is going to be Good Omens' only season. I would like to talk about some of the motifs in Good Omens that I thought was pretty interesting. There's a whole good and evil and blurring the lines between good and evil. For example, Crowley is constantly helping Angel. He walks into a church which kind of burns his feet in kind of a comedic scene. He gathers holy water to protect himself from other devils. And Angel, or Aziraphale, is the only angel that dances, because apparently angels aren't allowed to dance. And he's constantly fighting with the other angels and bickering with them. He has a flaming sword which he gave to Adam at the beginning and is used by Adam again, the Antichrist, at the end. The series explores the idea of free choice or free will throughout the entire series. Adam is the Antichrist. Also, Adam was the first man God created. And ultimately, it is Adam's free will or his free choice that ends Armageddon or stops the apocalypse. Good Omens also explores the idea of inevitability, whether or not events are set forth and we can't really control whether or not those events are going to take place. We see this with Anathema and her prediction book, and her relationship with the witch finder, and whether or not family inevitability or family background is going to force your actions, going to force your hand in order to do certain things. Armageddon is also something that is seen as inevitable. Both the demons and the angels want Armageddon to happen so they can battle, they can have this huge war and decide finally who wins. So the protagonists in this story are the ones that are fighting against the inevitability and are actually using free will in order to stop what is deemed inevitable. Good Omens has a lot of symbolism, especially Judeo-Christian symbolism. I'm not really going to get into all of it. I thought Crowley's Bentley was really cool. I think it represents vain, pride, disregard, Crowley's ego. He's blasting Queen while he rides his Bentley. There's an amazing scene towards the end of the series where there's a wall of fire that's surrounding London. He's got to get outside of the wall of fire, so he uses his Bentley to drive through the wall of fire, basically using his own ego to make sure the Bentley doesn't get completely destroyed while he gets through it. The flaming sword is another thing that keeps coming up throughout the series. Aziraphale originally gives it to Adam, the first Adam that God created, to protect him after he was banished from the Garden of Eden. And then the Antichrist, Adam, uses it to defeat the horsemen of the apocalypse. The flaming sword is something in Judeo-Christian religions that kind of represents safety or protection. In this case, I think it's something that Aziraphale uses to basically help humans, help humanity against both the angels and the demons' actions. Overall, I thought the series was pretty good. I'd give it maybe an 8 out of 10. You definitely don't have to be religious to appreciate it. And if you are religious, I don't see it really offending you too bad. According to Good Omens, the world is only about 6,000 years old, so suck it, Darwinist. I guess the creationists were right this entire time. I guess if the Armageddon is real and the four horsemen of the apocalypse are real, I guess you gotta also say, the world's no older than 6,000 years, no evolution, no Big Bang, or any actual science. Things I loved about the season, it was very entertaining, had a great casting. I love David Tennant. Love the incorporation of Queen Loved Crowley as a snake. I really enjoy Armageddon type movies, especially this sort of religious or apocalyptic type movies. The Stand, Omen, the horror movie, The Ninth Gate, the movie with Johnny Depp. Love all those types of movies. And if you like those types of movies and kind of want a lighter play on it, you're definitely going to enjoy Good Omens. Some areas where Good Omens falls short are some of the pointless changes that they make to the Armageddon story, like the Horsemen of the Pestilence Horsemen. For some reason, they decided to change him to Pollution. The Antichrist David, for some reason, gets rid of nuclear energy, not nuclear warheads. And I thought Anathema was kind of a weak character. They could have really developed that character a lot more. I was kind of interested in the prophecies. I really wish they would have had a lot more prophecies and kind of played that kind of prophecy game of whether or not whatever's written down in her book comes to fruition. There's also no rapture. It's not really explained why Armageddon's happening, why it's happening at this certain spot in time. I kind of wish they would have explored that a little bit. But if you're a fan of the whole apocalypse genre, if you like Dogma and those kind of movies, this is going to be right up your alley. It's only 6 episodes long. I think all of the episodes worked really well. It was very tight. So go ahead and give it a watch and tell me what you think. If you like these kind of review videos or want me to review something in particular, let me know. Just jot it down in the comments down below. And please like and subscribe. And share it with your mamas and your papas. See ya!